trash that we want to talk about. I have kind of a little synopsis here, a little recap, if you will, of what happened and where we're at and how we got to this spot. So, let me shut that door.
People coming.
I should have got a clue before the end.
Should have been faster.
Sit on the lap.
There's a seat up front.
You don't want me up front.
Okay.
I'll sleep in the back, safe that way.
Okay.
That's why I sit in the back.
So October 27th, we received a letter from Sullivan's Waste Disposal that literally said, after 40 years of being in the waste disposal business, we are closing our doors. And that's 4 days notice that we had to make sure that the trash happened. So from that point, Cindy did a lot of scurrying and hurrying and looking, and we got a few numbers, but we came across a gentleman that owns Doug's Disposal, Trash Busters, who said he would finish the contract out until June at the current price, basically $70,000 a year. But no, what's happening now is they're all going to automated trucks, the arm, the container, that sort of thing. That's why we don't have a lot of people bidding for our trash services for the town, because they still have to pick it up and throw it in the back of the truck. Oh, that's right, you guys want it.
Couple more chairs, I'll bring them over anyway. Stand tall.
Okay, so just to recap for you guys, I was just giving a kind of a recap of where we started and where we're at. So October 27th, we got a letter from Sullivan's with 4 days notice saying we're closing our doors, basically. Cindy did some scrambling, we talked to some people, we got a few numbers, but one gentleman in particular, Doug's Disposal and Trash Busters, I'm not sure which it is, would finish the contract till June for the price that we're working with. And but he has an automated truck. All the trucks are going. I'll do it again. Most companies are going with an automated truck with the arm that reaches out and gets the container. So that's where he's going. That's what he wants to do. He'll pick up the trash for us the way we've been doing it, but not forever. And a lot of companies, I should say, are going to the automated trucks. So what we did was, a few years ago, I don't know if you guys remember or not, when we decided not to join, the town voted not to join MRC for the mystery facility that's still not running. We received back from MRC $90,000, which has been, then we voted to set that aside for trash purposes, in case we needed it. Well, now that account is at $110,000. And now we need some money to continue on. So what we're looking to do is we are looking to purchase the totes. Am I right? This is where we're going with this? And because he came in about 2 weeks ago, right? You guys sat and talked with us, and he has an automated truck. He wants to do the work, but he can't find anybody to ride on the back of a trash truck and fling trash in the back of the truck. And it's just really hard right now. So that's kind of the long and short of it. Questions?
We did get bids from other companies, and they were When we put it out.
One was
to bid.
$100,000 more than what we're paying now, and one was,
142.
I mean, it was just out of reach, ridiculous.
PERC was bought out, I'm assuming they're still closed.
So they're about to get up and running again. Supposedly, they're gonna have one boiler going by the end of this month, and they're gonna start working on the other one, from what we understand. Cindy knows a little bit more about it than I do.
Yep, the new company, plans to put a machine in there that is, does a slow burn that creates a gas that's gonna feed the boilers. The trash won't be going in the boilers. They do a whole different situation. Yes, they plan on having it partially up and running this month. We just signed a 6-month contract. I don't know, our trash has been on what they call bypass, and that means it goes to Juniper Ridge. PERC, being sold, the contracts that PERC had did not go with the sale. So in order for our trash to continue to go bypass, this company had to have contracts in place in order to get that royalty. So we signed one that gets us through June, see where they are, see how they do, and we'll go from there.
Tipping fees?
They didn't change, they're at $90 or $94.
92 something, I think.
Yeah,
$90.
yeah, $90 and change.
How many more bidders will this open up to next year if we do the total system?
Several, Pine Tree being one. I actually went when we lost Sullivan's, that was where I had gone. They couldn't help us in the situation we are. They did take on Glenburn, but I believe that's the only one they took on, because they're also converting their towns to these toter systems, and they're doing it for a lot of different reasons. It's cheaper for them, because they only have one man, one truck. It's safer, insurance-wise. Eric from Doug's was explaining that just a few weeks prior to him coming here, one of his guys grabbed a bag like this and somebody had put a kitchen knife in it. And it came and cut his hand. There's needles, stuff comes flying out of these bags from these guys. On top of insurance purposes, they don't want those men out there. Cause cars, they get hit by cars, accidents, it's just the way that the trash business is going, is these toter systems.
I'm just wondering, so will we have to have one container each house? Or like when we break up cardboard and stuff, are we gonna stuff those in those totes? Are we gonna need more than one tote at our house? I just wonder what the capacity is
Well,
of
the
those.
plan is right now is for us to, the town is gonna buy the totes, provide the first tote for each household, so everybody gets one free tote. If you, because everybody generates a different amount of trash, you know, that kind of thing. So if you feel you need another tote, I think what we are going to do is if we could, I don't know if we could have an inventory or whatever, but if we could get you one at our cost, we would probably just charge you our cost.
What would that be?
Right now, it is cheaper than Home Depot, I'll say it like that.
$55.
$55 each, yeah.
And you can use the ones, if you have them in place, I have two of them at home. The ones you buy at Home Depot and Lowe's, you probably already have them with the handle and the cover and you roll them to
Is
the
that the
road.
ones, the
Those,
standard?
they can pick those up and use them, so.
Are those the 96-gallon
Yeah.
totes?
Yeah.
Do we have that on the website, Katie? Can we put that info on the website? You know, if you have one that fits these specs currently, you can continue to use it, you know, that kind of thing.
So there will have to be public education for this, right? Because these totes have to be certain distance from the road, certain distance from a mailbox.
That's what's gonna have to happen, yes, and
Right,
that,
so,
that
and we
will have to
talked
go
with
out.
Wellman to see in a snow event, you know, these things are a foot and a half off the road. So if a plow truck comes through and wipes out trash cans and ruins them,
You have the question, you knew somebody would do that. You're the first one.
I can tell you, this is a problem.
Congratulations, John. Do we know how that's gonna work? Probably not.
No.
I mean, is the trash, if the plow guy slams your trash can and just, you know, who
He
knows?
should be responsible for
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Well, it's the same as
We,
mailbox
used
policy.
those in
right away.
Florida, but only for recycle. So there were these large blue ones with like
Right.
a little hood.
No.
Is that the size you're thinking, or,
I don't really know.
or the
I mean,
standard Home Depot?
Hey,
Probably the same size as the ones that you see lined up in Bangor.
They're-
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
roughly this tall and
Okay,
they're
I
what they
haven't
call a
seen them.
96 gallon. I was gonna get the smaller one, the 60 something, but the 90 is rated to hold the normal weekly household trash of one household.
How big a family you had placed?
4 or 5
Yes.
bags, it says.
And that's the one we have priced, that's the
Right,
one we
that's
priced
the
for
one we're pricing.
$55 per.
So are they still requiring trash to be put in a plastic bag before it goes in one of these totes, if no one's even touching it?
I don't believe so, no.
Good,
But there are a lot of details that we've gotta iron out with them.
Right.
yeah.
What I think we need to do is we get this squared away and then we have Eric come in and sit down with us and give us sort of his parameters. And then publicly put those out, newsletter, website,
Right.
you know, all that.
We'll try to do a video and
Okay, we
post it
have
to the page.
This lady over here had a question.
So, yeah, a couple questions. So obviously, if a 96 one holds a normal week's trash, but you have an event or something, you can't just pile it beside it. What's the plan then? And also, does this include still the spring and fall cleanup? Because if we can only fit what's in a tote or thing, then what are we gonna do with the rest of it?
Well, if you have an event or something and you can't fit it all in the trash can, you have to save it or get an extra one to have on hand.
So I could have 5 lined up?
You can have as many as you want.
If you got
If you buy
Right,
it,
if I buy
Right,
it.
right, you can have as many as you want, yeah. As far as spring and fall cleanup, last year we changed it because again, nobody's driving around with a truck doing spring and fall cleanup anymore. We had cleanup at the, sand salt shed over there, as you guys probably know, which, went okay. Well, we could try to do that again. Yeah,
Yeah.
we just, we were so excited to have this guy come in and say he'd pick up our trash. Cause everybody else was in the same boat we were, and we were scrambling, and a lot of people were turning us away. That we have some things yet to
My only
answer.
concern is if we can't get rid of big stuff because we're confined to these toter things, then we have to have a way somewhere.
Right,
We don't have, or have a contract with the Camden dump or something, there needs to be some way for us to
He-
get
didn't
rid of it.
he-
When
You
she
can always
says
make
big
it
things, is
so
she's
you-
talking cleanup things?
Are you
or-
Or
talking
she's
like
talking like boxes or
mattresses,
stuff
or
that just isn't gonna fit.
when you
in
say
them.
big things, what are you, like,
Like if I have a broken bar stool, it's not necessarily gonna fit in there, but I don't need it, it needs to go in the trash.
Right.
Anything, I'm not saying anything specific, but it
Right.
could be something they would normally just take if I put down there.
didn't he say that, he had a, kind of, he was gonna, in the process of setting up his own transfer station?
Yeah, it's in Charleston.
Yeah, it's in Charleston.
It's a bit of a drive.
Yeah, a bit of a drive.
Yeah,
That's one of the details we're gonna need to work out. We don't really have the answer for that yet.
right.
I mean, you can always take things to Winterpool.
Yes, you can,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Right,
if
we
the-
have,
We'll take that.
I won't say a contract, but we have an understanding with Winterport, right?
No,
We don't?
no.
But
Was
anybody
it-
can
But
take stuff.
DM&J, they can take big items to DM&J at their cost right now.
Okay.
We were talking earlier about maybe in the new budget, doing a number to raise a little more money and doing maybe a ticket. So if you had a big item, you know, you come in and get a ticket, take it down there. Town is paid for it, but you gotta get it there.
Yes, sir.
Also, if you like the trash cans, I tell you what, $55 is cheap, cause I work for the city. And right now, somebody wants a second, somebody
Yes.
wants a second trash bag, can for the city of Bangor. Rents it for $260 a year, and this is a contract with Casellas.
Right,
And the thing is, if everybody goes Home Depot and this is why we gotta get on the same page, is say these trash cans are good from Home Depot or the ones we buy, and in June, we put out a bid, and Casella walks in and says, no, we don't want your trash can,
right,
then we're in the same, we gotta fill the census out there, what trash can we need.
right,
There's just this morning, 37 hours I plowed snow since yesterday morning. We
right.
got 81 calls from mailbox. Talk about that. Trash cans, sorry, I'm tired.
187
And-
mailboxes.
No, 81 trash cans that my plow guys hit, they broke the wheels. And we got a lot of new drivers and all that, but we got a contract with Casillas, they come and fix the wheels with no charge. So that's another thing
Oh.
too, we gotta look at,
Okay,
because if they come, I understand we gotta go to June what we got.
right, right.
But we also, I don't wanna spend money on that. Say example, I want two trash cans, and I buy two, but in June, that we put it out to bid, and Casellas walks in, no, we want to sell you guys our trash cans. And we gotta pay, and this is cost price, if you come, it's $260 a year they rent. And I see a lot of people pissed coming through the
But
city.
they're buying them from the same company that we are.
Right,
Yeah, I know, but it's just
Right,
different
they
company
get
coming
lost
for
in.
different contract, you know, it
Yeah.
is bids.
right,
I go through it over there and it's a headache, and I don't want the burden here, if I can stop and we all need our money like everything else.
Yeah,
And I tell you what, $260 a year to get a second trash can, it's the
well,
wrong.
that's why, you know, that we knew that they basically lease you the trash can.
Yeah,
That's why we said we would sell you a
Well,
trash
that's a lot
can at our cost. You might have to order it, or, you know, get some in, but,
Casella's bid this year was double what we pay now, so
right,
it's not like we were gonna go that way.
and they don't have, I did go to Pine Tree Casella, and, cause they put in a bid when we put the trash out bid, and went to him when this all happened. And I sat in his office and he said, look out the window, I've got plenty of trucks, I have no manpower. He just took on Glenburn and was borrowing a driver from down south, had gone all the way to New Hampshire, at their New Hampshire office. They just don't have the manpower to do it.
but also too, the other like Casellas, cause I know we did it 3 or 4 years ago, they changed. Everything else was like we're doing here. And a lot of people, you couldn't have the lid open, you couldn't have loose trash, cause they had cameras, like Casella's got 9 cameras in their truck. They see when you dump anything else, and, I mean, it brings all kinds of different rules. Because we got.
And it's gonna be a learning curve.
Oh, yeah, it is,
Yeah.
definitely.
As far as this goes, I would like to lock this guy down to a long-term contract if we can.
yes.
You know, once we get the toters, we say, hey, you know, we're gonna do this for you, let's lock this down.
Yep.
You know, I mean, he was much cheaper than anywhere else.
Is
They
that,
seem to be doing a good job.
Yeah, yeah, I gotta commend him, 4 days notice we had, really. And we
And
did
there's
miss the trash
cans all
pickup.
over the roof like this.
Yes,
Has there been any consideration of having our own transfer station, or some kind of a collection area versus doing the roadside pickup? I mean, obviously, right now, we have 6 months, we need to do it the way we're looking at, but beyond that, has there been any thought about, I mean, if we have 22 acres here,
Average cost to run a transfer station is $400,000 to $500,000 a year. It's kind of out of our price range at the moment.
yeah,
I'm
that's,
trying to man a transfer station right now. I just,
I guess I just wanna share my opinion for everybody in the room, that you need to keep in mind for as small of a town that we are, it's a privilege to have roadside pickup.
yeah,
And I really think you guys have done a really good job in keeping this going and looking at alternatives.
yeah,
And I personally think there's a lot of bugs to work out, but these toters will help clean up the town a lot. You
Yeah.
see a lot of crows picking through trash bags, you have trash everywhere, and we still get to have roadside for a small town, so.
right. There's a lot of towns that don't have roadside.
A lot of town, I mean,
A lot of towns.
I work for the town of Hamden, and you have soccer moms with $100,000 SUVs driving trash to the transfer station. We're privileged.
Financially, I think this is the only way that it's gonna work for us,
Yeah,
to be able to keep it going, so.
I would like to see you guys find out what's the common hook style on the trucks, cause I think there's a center hook and an outside, or a grabber style.
Yeah, grabber
So
stuff.
find out what's the most common, and then I assume you said you wanna lock down the contract, but will we send this back out to bid if we get the toters? I don't know the town's policy for monetary and bid requirements, so.
So. We can send it out to bid, but I don't think it's gonna make any difference, honestly.
right, I'll say this, we have the right to send it out to bid. We don't necessarily have to take the lowest bidder, this bidder, that bidder, we can look at it. This guy has been Johnny on the spot, and he's been reasonable, and he already has other towns that he does. Does Dover?
He does Kenduskeag, Corinth, Charleston, but he has a lot of independent customers, that he does. Cause Corinth, he doesn't collect trash for the town, they have a transfer station. But people that don't wanna take their trash to the transfer station, he
Hire.
picks it up.
Hire him.
They pay him $30 a week.
So did he give you a price for what it would cost with the toter system?
He said it would be cheaper than what we're paying now.
So less than 70,000?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, I'm amazed by that personally, but
Yeah.
we'll see when June comes,
Yep,
what the story is.
so,
I say, you get that in writing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
trash is about the
Yeah,
most
you
volatile
do.
thing going right now.
Right, right. So, is everybody, if we kinda answered, oh,
Just one
Oh,
question.
sure.
What was the initial cost for the totes for the town? To supply everyone with one tote?
this is what we're doing tonight. What's your
So-
number, Cindy?
we have 45,000 in here. I got a quote from the company for 300 of them, and it was 19,000. But we're gonna actually get 500 to 600 of them. He did a count for us. He has 504 stops in Newburgh. So we're gonna get probably 550, have a few extra or even 600. They haven't made the final decision. So the number that I put in here, I took that 19, doubled it and added 5,000.
You just gotta find room for the extras.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's gonna be any extras.
Yeah, I
I mean,
don't
I'm
know.
definitely gonna
Right.
want to, I mean,
Yeah,
a lot
I'll
of people are
probably
gonna
get
want
two.
to.
Yeah, a lot of people will get two. At least you
I
don't
don't
have
think
them
we're
on
gonna
hand.
have to store a lot of them initially. When they come in, it's gonna be chaos, because if anybody wants to volunteer, they come in with, no wheels. So we have to put wheels or give them to people and have them put their own wheels on and all that. So, yeah, Eric, the gentleman, had bought 100 of them and, had them all out on his front lawn, putting them together for his customers.
Right, right.
I mean, how difficult are they to wheel down a gravel driveway in the
I
winter?
have-
They're all good,
You
they're
know,
not bad.
I was gonna
They have
say,
big wheels on them.
the ones that I've seen have the big wheels on them like this, they're not little tiny wheels, they're bigger wheels.
If you get
I
a,
shouldn't say I don't have an idea. I have 2 of them I take out every Friday morning. My trash is in.
you can actually hook them to a hitch on your truck and haul it down the driveway that way.
Oh, really?
Yep. It'll rest on your back hitch and you can just haul it, that's all I do now. I have one. Yeah.
Are they gonna be picked up here or initially, or are they gonna be delivered, or how's that gonna work
You
out?
probably have to pick them
Some of the
up.
people won't, you know,
You
like,
probably have to pick them up
okay,
here.
some people may not be
Yeah,
able to
I
do
know,
that,
I
that's
just,
all.
we don't have any means to deliver.
It
Kurt's gonna
won't fit
pick
in
up.
my Corolla.
Right.
About the fire department.
I know we got things to work out, iron out, but like us, living on Canard Road, there's like, I think 9 or 10 houses up there. Put 2 trash cans apiece, put up the road, we don't have enough road frontage down there, and put them across the old town office. That's another problem. I really don't want any people's trash dumping down the swamp down the bottom, 'cause that's the problem right there.
Well, maybe we can ask the person that owns the property across from you if you could put trash cans in one corner.
Do we know, well, is there something going on with that yet, or?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
been sold, yeah.
Very
Gentleman's
nice
gonna,
gentleman.
Who bought that?
gonna start a business there, Mike Levesque.
How
So,
many roads in the town are like that, that trash gets put down from multiple houses?
Gates Road, Kennard Road,
Lynn,
Lynn
West.
Road,
Fox Hollow, Babcock Lane.
So there's a few to consider.
And then there's a couple that, the trash truck was down only certain times of year.
Old Kennebec,
Old Kennebec, they don't go down in the springtime.
Thurlow.
guess what, on Thurlow, they don't go down.
No, they bring it out to the end.
And as soon as you guys could put up the, distance that the totes have to be from mailboxes, how far from the road that would be.
Well, I think-
As well, some of us might have to.
I think we should have a special newsletter that goes out just
reduce-
for
yeah,
the
reduce
trash
into
information.
driveways.
Yeah.
Cause we were gonna have another public informational meeting, I believe, aren't we?
Yeah, once we iron out some,
Right,
So we were gonna iron out some details with him and all that, so,
maybe have him come back to that
Yeah.
meeting or
Yeah.
provide us information then, so.
That'd be good.
Any, do you have a question?
Yeah.
Josh, you just let me
High five about there.
Has anybody thought about maybe like, obviously, some people are not gonna wanna have to drag a toter down their driveway, or, you know, they can't fit it in their car. About if people get their own dumpsters and their own dumpster service, maybe giving them a break on their taxes, you know what I mean? Even if it's a dollar amount, you know, $500 a year, or something like that.
That would be, we have not considered that, we've never been
'Cause, like, we're
presented
on-
with that.
Like where we are, we're not gonna do it because our road, we don't want trash trucks coming up our road.
Right.
But we still have the issue of if everybody on our road has 2 trash cans, we're gonna have 10 at the end. And you can't put them across the road because it drops right off.
Right.
Yeah. Nobody'd be stacking them.
Well, that's how we'll have to work it out with Doug, yes, sir.
See, I don't know
Or
if we,
Eric.
like us, it's gonna be like 20 right now, maybe over 20 trash cans. There ain't no way that everybody's gonna cross the road to that new lane. If I'd be a new business, I wouldn't want 20 trash cans in front of my place either. So, is there any way we can talk to this guy on my side, cause I'm the corner lot. I'm ready to work out something. If you pull in, it'd be nice and straight, be
And
nice and
line
clean.
them up,
yeah, I don't
Up
see
the road.
why.
Yeah.
It's my piece of property, I'm open to that.
okay.
I need to talk to somebody, if he is not willing to pull me in, cause I know some companies, they
Oh,
don't
I
have no
think
backing
that-
policies and all
I
that.
think this guy would be willing to pull,
That wouldn't be fun.
No, I know, but if you gotta put
Then
20,
again, crossing the road would be,
no, I know that too.
I think this guy would be open to,
Cause
you know,
even
working
though
with you,
we try to line them
exactly.
up at the road, either one side we block all the mailboxes, on the other
Right.
side, there's gonna be, put some fill in there. Hey, I mean, if the town's willing to pay for the fill, we'll go right ahead, but, I mean, we gotta look at something here.
Bolsters do, Dixmont, and they have a dumpster fee. You go through Dixmont, everybody has a dumpster. They don't have trash pickup, they have a dumpster, you call them when it's full.
Like for discontinued town road type situations, buddy?
What's that now?
You mean like for a discontinued type road
Yeah,
situation
like
like
my
that?
daughter lives on Hopkins Road, and she has a dumpster,
Right,
and she's only one house down there, but you go beyond that, takes you into Plymouth,
right,
which is another whole, I don't know if Bolsters does that or not. Adam lives on the South Road, he doesn't have a dumpster, he pays a guy $7 a week to come in and he just wheels his his bin out there and they pick it up. So with Dixmont, it's whatever you wanna do, it's up to the homeowner to deal with his trash. The town will take care of it monetarily wise.
well, you know, he could, I mean, we could discuss that with him, for these roads, I mean, you'd have to all agree, all you people that live on the road all people would have to kind of agree or work together. I think that might complicate issues sometimes, but, you know, there are gonna be things we don't have answers for yet.
Learning
You know,
curve.
it's gonna be a learning curve, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, no, like I say, just But we went through the city, but I mean, there's 20 trash cans and plus coming, probably another house coming in. So gotta work on something.
Yeah,
Cindy, can we get a hold of him and see if he can be here for our next meeting?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Renee, I was thinking, if everybody, like, I signed up for that newsletter that you guys send out, that's very informational.
Yeah.
So maybe people, you know, if everybody signs up to receive that,
Right.
what's going on,
Right.
that really helps for communication.
Yeah, I know, we're gonna put all this in there.
Really does, so, you know, whoever wants to know more, they could definitely sign up for your newsletter, because it comes out all the time.
The biggest thing is, with these bins, and he can contest to, keeps your out-of-towners coming in dumping 5 or 6 bags
Yeah,
at the end of the old Kennebec Road, at the end of the Flynn Road,
right.
you know. There's a lot of out-of-towners that abuse our system,
Yeah,
Varner system, by putting bags out,
The transfer stations, it gets even worse.
yeah.
yes, sir.
Yeah, does the arm pick up on both sides of the truck, or is he gonna have to
No,
turn
just
around?
one. I think it's
one
just one
side,
side.
so-
Yeah.
You're gonna have to make arrangements, or,
Right, if he was gonna pull in, they'd have to decide which side it's gonna be on and.
but how's that work like on a regular road? The truck's gotta turn around and come
yeah,
back?
they'll have to go up one side and down the other.
Would you like to, you guys all set, we'd like to close the public hearing and then open the meeting.
Yep.
Okay, is everybody all set? So it is 6:32 and we're gonna close the public hearing.
Okay, so, reading, in the name of the state of Maine, you are hereby required to notify and warn the inhabitants of the town of Newburgh in said county and state qualified by law to vote in town affairs, to meet at the Newburgh Elementary School building in said town on Monday, the 5th day of December at 6 p.m. 6 o'clock in the PM, then and to act on Articles 1 and 2. And Article number 1 is to elect a moderator by written ballot to preside at said meeting. Do I have any nominations for moderator?
Nominate Ryan Lazanik. Holy cow, that's a mouthful.
I second.
Okay, so, do I have any
Nomination has
other
been-
nominations?
He's seconded.
Okay.
Okay.
No other nominations? I need a few people to, everybody can, but I only need a few that,
You might wanna spell it for you, yeah.
Can we just put Ryan L?
yeah, just Brian L.
Ryan,
Yeah.
RYAN.
Anybody else wanna vote? Okay.
Only need 3, right?
Gonna have to get you a really big name tag. Yeah.
Could you all introduce yourselves? I don't know.
You don't know
You
anybody?
really don't.
Oh, we-
No,
He couldn't spell south
This is-
anyway. The
Kurt Giles.
Brian Carlin.
Alright,
Oh,
Brian Carlin.
Oh, of course we should do it, yeah.
so I have 3 votes, all for Ryan. Now I'll swear in. Raise your right hand. Do you swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and of this state so long as you shall continue a citizen thereof, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Do you swear that you will faithfully discharge to the best of your abilities the duties incumbent on you as moderator of this meeting according to the Constitution and laws of the state, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Guess I have to pick my handcuffs later.
All right.
All yours.
Alright, excellent. Good evening, everyone. I want to start with some general housekeeping to get things started here. Firstly, for the purposes of this special town meeting, I will be using the Maine Moderator's Manual, the 2021 edition. as long as there's no objection from any of you. I ask that if you wish to speak, that you raise your hand and you wait to be recognized. I also ask that you state your name and direct all your comments, remarks, and questions to me, not others, and to keep them respectful. Also, if someone else has already made the comment you were planning to make, I ask that you refrain from repeating the same comments. Once the motion is made and seconded, I will repeat the motion, open the floor for discussion, and then when discussion has ended, I will hold a vote on the motion. Voting will be done by a show of hands, and only registered voters in the town of Newburgh may vote. With that aside, we only have one order of business this evening, so it should be pretty short and sweet. Article 2 on the special town meeting warrant, which states, quote, "To see if the town will vote to allow the select board to spend up to $45,000 from the PERC funds reserve account to purchase toter trash cans for town residents for the implementation of toter program trash pickup," end quote. So I will now ask for a motion to pass the proposed amendment.
I make a motion, we accept the article as read.
So there's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Now open the floor to discussion. Again, please raise your hand and state your name when recognized if you have any to say. Okay, seeing none. There's a question, please.
If we vote to approve this tonight, will the commented issues that have been brought up tonight be investigated prior to the purchase of the trash can?
The plan is to get the trash cans coming because we have to get them ordered. But yes, all these issues, he's been taking notes. Good job. And we're gonna try to get Eric back in for our next meeting is on Monday, December 18th. And we're trying to get him back in for that meeting, go over these things with him. And I'd like to get another newsletter out. Well, hopefully we can get another newsletter out, the office can, before the end of the month. So it will take time for us to get them.
Yes.
Yes. How long?
4 to 6 weeks, I believe it was.
Right.
I got
So-
4 to 5 on here.
Yeah.
So
January?
Yeah.
he has to recognize it.
Yeah, let's try to go one at a time. Do you have something you wanna
Nope.
say? All set? Okay. So,
Lily Ann Dean. So, are we gonna continue till June anyway, doing the system we have now, or are we gonna go to this before if you get the toters?
It's my impression, correct me if I'm wrong, he would like to go to the toter system as soon as we get cans and get set up. But he will remain under contract with us until June, when our original contract was, we could go back to it.
okay, I believe,
Brenda Chauvin. I'm wondering, does he already have a truck with the arm on it?
Yes, he does.
So basically, whatever toters you get would have to work with his truck.
Yes, but I think his truck is
They're pretty generic.
They are.
yeah,
Because I'd hate to see us get into
Right.
that situation where we've invested all this money into the toters, and then next year, something is different and another company's gonna require a different size.
Well, we can-
Right, as far as I understand, all the side loaders had used the same style trash can. But like I said, we'd like to walk him down with a contract if that's something that we can do, so.
So you're gonna have trash as usual, throw the bags out on the ground until you get your totes?
Yep.
yes.
Okay.
Is trash still gonna continue Thursdays?
Yes.
I got a suggestion too, like around Christmas time, everybody, put an idea out there for, stand up, because,
There you go.
like I said, I work for city, I see a lot of good things, a lot of good ideas. Some people, they don't have a lot of trash, they take one trash can, but during Christmas, they got all kinds of gifts, boxes. So, what the city does, and what I would suggest the town need to look into, is they got a roll-off, they put a common spot, maybe this guy out here, somebody's got boxes, and they don't fit in all these trash cans. They say for a week, they put it in the newsletter, for a week, we'll have this dumpster over here, and so then you
Yeah, that's
stop
not a
the,
bad idea.
because what it did is it stopped us from going to the end of the dead end road and finding a 65-inch TV box and with the old TV, it cut that.
Right.
So it's a little bit more expensive probably to rent the.
That's a great idea.
roll-off, but that'd be something to look out, because if you come by, pay attention, and after Christmas City, there's 4 dumpsters outside their fence. People come, they dump it, and they're there for a week or 2 if I'm not mistaken, but.
That's a fairly minimal expense,
Yes,
honestly.
exactly.
That's a great idea.
Well, cardboard's light and paper, so.
Yeah, good, thank you.
Or burn barrel.
Adam Morgan, could we verify with Eric prior to purchasing the totes that these will work with his?
They're the ones, they're the ones he recommends.
Okay, no, well, I just hadn't heard that.
No.
We said
No problem.
generic and wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Figured it had been done, but it's good to
Yeah.
make sure.
No, he's the
I
one
made
that provided
assumptions
us with the
before.
lead for the company
Perfect.
and,
No, perfect.
everything else, so, yeah, all good.
You know, and he could have, asked us to buy them through him, but he didn't, you know.
Yeah,
He passed the savings along so we could make this all work.
Further discussion, questions, comments? Okay. Seeing none, I will call for a vote by a show of hands. I'm gonna repeat the motion. Those voting in favor of the motion to allow the select board to spend up to $45,000 from the PERC Funds Reserve account to purchase toter trash cans for town residents for the implementation of toter program trash pickup. Please raise your right hand.
No sense counting.
Excellent, no sense counting. Thank you. All those opposed, just raise your hand. Excellent, it's unanimous. Excellent, so seeing that all the warrant articles are disposed with, I would request a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I second.
All in favor, raise your hand. Excellent. Meeting is adjourned, thank you.